Hey, everybody, it's your boy Darshaun Smith back at here for another episode of the Positivity Hour. Man, let me change my speaker light to the campfire so you can catch a vibe, okay? Look at that. Admire that. That's pretty. I don't even know if you can see it. All I know is when I set my camera up like this and took a picture earlier, it was fire. But if it's trash, we'll say this is a podcast. Just listen to my voice. Hopefully it is soothing. Hopefully it is nice and enjoyable. And if you want an ASMR mukbang, I got you, boys. And the girls that watch my videos too, you know? Unlike some other channels and things out here that don't really have too many interactions with the females and other people, I've noticed on my accounts especially my Instagram, like 49% of the people who interact with my stuff are females. And I'm just like, yo, let's see the two things at play here. But, we will talk about this later. That is not the topic of the video. I just wanted to put it out there that your boy's a young stud, you know what I'm saying? But like I said the other day on social media, as I turned the background music up, we're great at getting to the friend zone, so that's the only reason it's like that. We not really out here. We on good terms. We friendly with everybody, and I wish more people could do the same. And that's gonna be like the topic of this video. Like I just saw today, and speaking of me just having this knife right here, I need to tighten it up. That's why it bends over for itself. But man, like I just saw like two people yesterday in like Pennsylvania, or no, two people like today got like stabbed in Pennsylvania, and like that whole situation is just terrible. Like our country is in a very tough spot right now, and there needs to be some action. There needs to be some change, and in more ways than one. Like yesterday, I had the amazing opportunity for the people at like Amnesty International, March for Our Lives, and like Moms Demand Change. Like some of them reached out for me, and I even got like stickers. Okay, so scan the QR code right there. Okay, go vote. You know what I'm saying? Register to vote if you're gonna be 18 before the next presidential election and stuff. We got Amnesty. Oh my gosh. We got end gun violence stickers. We got more end gun violence stickers right here. I'm not even sure if these are in focus. But yeah, we had a candlelight vigil last night for the victims of El Paso. And I just wanted to talk about that. I took on a sign, the protect the kids, not the guns. And this isn't normal. There were so many other good signs. And I even used one of the phrases on one of the signs in my speech, and that really got people going. Was because like a lot of people, especially in America, like 70% of Americans are like Christian, you know what I'm saying, and they're very faithful people in this country. And the thing that I brought up, is a lot of people say we need to pray, hopes and prayers, and like for things to get better. And I was like, that works, but it doesn't really work when you pray and then someone walks in your church as you're praying to kill you. So what we need is instead of prayer, hopes and prayers, we need policy and action. That's gonna be the title of this video: policy and action. Okay, and it's on all fronts. Like, it is so unfortunate. We see these mass shootings and stuff happen everywhere, every day. So there was one brought up yesterday that I didn't even know about. And it's terrible. Maybe you can see my dog in the background too, but it's terrible. That like this is such a normal thing, and it is so incredibly bad. Like yesterday in Chicago, there were like 10 people who got shot, and many more injured. There's some more like mass shooting, gun violence stuff. Did you know about that? No one reported it. Okay. Oh, not to mention yesterday in Missouri, another dude walked another. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. I was about to get a little iffy right there. And this is the Positivity Hour. Once again, thanks for tuning in to the Positivity Hours. The views are small but mighty, but it's okay. They are legit views. I ain't buying nothing. I'll take my loyal 10, loyal 20 views over fake thousands any day, okay? And I've made videos that got thousands of views in the past, so if I could do it once, I could do it again. But back to this lunatic, this unstable man. I don't know, maybe he was super smart. I just know his actions in that moment were not appropriate, that he was not staying positive. I would not invite him as a guest to sit next to the campfire with me on the Positivity Hour, okay? This man walked into Walmart with the AR-15, bulletproof vest, helmet, sidearms and all, 100 round clip on the gun, on the blicky, and he was about to go foo 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 foo. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, man, maybe Brandon will appreciate my gun sounds there. You know, I got better ones because I go like fa fa fa, but like we're not gonna talk about that. Guns are scary, but back to the Walmart thing. I mean, he didn't kill anyone, luckily, but this leads me to like my next point. The news reporters who reported this, interviewed a police officer on the scene, and the police officer definitely said he's lucky to be alive right now. Okay, and I had low-key brought this up on my private Snapchat story. It's called Not So Positive Darshaun. So, you know, we're going to take the positivity hour and knock it back 5 minutes for the not so positiveness that's about to happen. But I feel like it's something like a lot of black Americans have thought about, you know, and I'm a black American. You know, we want to take everything. I mean, technically I'm biracial, you know, we kind of light skinned. We just got dark over the summer. Yo, so like we see like all this stuff happening. Like the majority of like these like domestic terrorist attacks that be happening are done by like 20-year-old white people. And like that, literally the dude who did that yesterday, he was 20. He was like 20, 21. He was in that age of just turning 20. And walked in full big old Draco, got the sidearms, the bulletproof vest. He was ready to murk ninjas, okay? And the cops just walked up to him, sir, put the gun down, arrested him, put him in the back of the car. I'm like, do we not remember what happened to that one man in like Philly or something who stole some loose cigarettes, and then 10 cops showed up and choked this man out on the ground and almost shot the man, and then he died? Then they laughed. That's over some loose cigarettes. How are you gonna walk up to someone who was about to kill people and not kill him? That's very not positive what I just said. But I'm just saying, I'm not the only person who's thought about it like that. Like, we in America are about equality, okay? This is really messed up what I'm saying right here, but it's some truth, it's true-ish. We are all about equality, but like, we don't be getting equality. Y'all police officers and other people with the stand the ground laws, especially in Iowa and Florida, be like tripping. The white people can get away with so much. They can just do whatever. Walk into a Walmart. I'm gonna kill some people. Gets arrested. What about the other shooter guy who killed some people? The police arrested him and took him to Burger King. Burger King. Okay? Not even a good restaurant. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. That's not what we're supposed to talk about. But the main point I'm trying to get across is like, what is going on? Like, why is it that when you're brown or any other shade that is not whitish red, not even white, because y'all white people ain't even white, y'all peach colored, why is it that whenever some white people do something that's way more worse than like what black people do in some cases, that would deserve the police like actually needing to diffuse the situation in the result of like what's the word? Disabling or killing a person? Like why does like there's so much abuse of force and power and misuses of it. Like, if you're gonna do it, at least do it in an appropriate fashion, okay? Do it to a person who is trying to kill and murder other people. A lot of the people who get shot by cops weren't doing anything wrong. Yes, I can say some of them were, but some of these people were just chilling on their own property, and the police walked up to them and shot them. Like that one boy in his own backyard, playing with the BB gun with the orange tip, shooting cans, and the cop shot him from the street through his own fence in his backyard. Like, that is terrible. We talk about getting the guns out of like mentally ill people's hands and stuff. But like, yo, man, we need some serious like governmental and like police reform. Like, it is terrible. Like, I really like I can see communities every now and then. Like, Cedar Rapids is trying. You know, we really are. I live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, if you don't know. And like we have it's low key called the high risk unit, but its main job is like community interaction, especially in Wellington Heights where I live. It's majority black people that live around here, but I live in like a pretty white neighborhood on like the outskirts. Like there's probably like 2-3 black families out of the 27 houses here. So but like, yeah, so there's always one or two down the street, and they're just always driving around interacting with the youth and just trying to improve that police presence. Like, it's nice to see positive change and in the way of like that. Hold on. I'm gonna turn the music up. Enjoy the campfire. I gotta go talk to my stepfather real quick. One take everything. Yeah, Kevin. Okay, I'll be back. Hopefully you enjoyed the music. But back to the topic at hand. Like I was saying, it's nice to see like communities and like local governments like actually doing something about it. Like I had the pleasure to be on the Mayor's Youth City Council, first inaugural one, and we got some change going and gave the mayor and the city council some very interesting ideas from the youth perspective. Like I just turned 18 and I love this city. And after I gave that speech yesterday, because I want to counsel minorities or something. Like I want to give back to the community and have an impact. Because like I feel like where I'm at, like I'm at a very like educated spot where I know like how to benefit people in the best way possible. You know what I'm saying? And I really just want to give that back to like the youth and stuff, and really just make the whole world a more cohesive, better place, at least as one person at a time. What, Kevin? But like, yeah, so okay, hold on, we gotta go one more time. Listen to the music. We're gonna be back. This is funny. What, Kevin? What time did she get back? I don't know, I gotta go to work, so if I'm at work I can't. Okay. We are back once again, hopefully the last time I have to leave. But back to the topic at hand. I'm gonna just move on. You kind of get what I was talking about, though. And oh no, I was talking about the lady I talked to. She's a young elementary teacher, a young elementary school teacher. She teaches like 1st and 2nd grade, and she was just telling me how like when I said that, she was like, "Yo, there was such a big absence of that, especially from people who look like them." And I'm like, "Yo, that's why I want to do it." People have always told me I should be a motivational speaker and stuff, and I really want to do that. I really want to help people because this current administration is only about dividing and having the rich and wealthy be superior to people who look like you and me. So because I'm just saying this, even if you're white, you're probably not the wealthiest individual, but you never know. It's not that hard to be a 1%er. Like you literally only need like $800,000 as your net worth to be in the 1%. But yeah, moving on from this topic, back to the shootings and stuff that have happened. Because like this whole thing, especially the whole like March for Our Lives thing that we had going on, it's all about just getting like positive change. Like if you can, please reach out to one of your local representatives, your local congressperson, your local state senator, okay? And bring up Senate Bill 42, okay? And like I talked about earlier about the thoughts and prayers, and I said we need policy and action. That's the biggest part. The big thing I talked about in my speech yesterday, and I improv'd it, and thanks for coming out if you did come out. But a big thing I talked about in my speech was that, it's one thing to say all the stuff we're saying, but like, what are you actually doing about it? Like, I'm out here doing my part. I said, especially, you could talk about it, but are you going out of your way to get your friends to go vote? Or like, are you trying to encourage as many people as you can to be proactive and get some actual lasting change in policy? Like, are you calling your representatives? I know what I'm about to call Joni Ernst. I don't really like Joni Ernst, to be honest with you. I feel like she's just playing the system because she's a female in the Senate, and she just took $3 million from the NRA. She ain't saying nothing about this gun violence thing. People in her own community are dying. People in her own state want change, but she ain't taking jack just so she can save her campaign. She's trying to get reelected. But why? She won't speak out against the president. So when you got situations and people like that, we all need to come together as one, because we are one. We are the human race. I don't care if you're white, black, brown, purple, yellow. Okay, man, you can be pink if you want. You can be looking like this drink right here, which is really good. Okay, it's a little drink break. Ooh, I spilled on my graduation dog. You can be looking like that drink, and I don't care. We all bleed the same color. Internally, we are the same. We all got muscles. We all got eyeballs. Some of them just don't work, you know? And that's a whole nother topic. That could be for talk show number 3, where I'm just express gratitude and gratefulness to people on the talk show. Hopefully this is still recording. I don't really know. If it's not, well, we're just gonna have to do what we could do with. But to summarize in short, because one day when I have another person on here, these actually will be an hour, but like right now it's just me talking, and it's looking like I'll be posting these like every Friday. Oh, and I hope you enjoyed the new intro. Okay, I totally made that in like 30 seconds, but for 30 seconds that's not bad. Yeah, so long story short, please be proactive. If you are 18, or you will be 18 before the 2020 elections, go scan this QR code right here, and it'll take you to a website where you can register to vote. I think it takes you to the March for Our Lives Iowa page, or just March for Our Lives in general, and it'll get you straight. Okay, man. So thanks for tuning in today. One of these times maybe I'll do like a Q&A or something. Like I said, shout out to my loyal 10 viewers, 20 viewers, whatever. It varies. Sometimes I get a loyal 40 or 50, but sometimes I'll be getting 5. Okay, the fact is I got a person or 2 that actually watches this, and that's much appreciated. Shout out to my uncle Eufonso. And yeah, so we out here, man. Stay positive or not, the choice is yours, and we out. If you got anything you want to hear talked about, any people you want to see if I can get on, maybe a Skype call, I don't know, because you know we a young influential brown kid out here, just drop that in the comments, and it'd be much appreciated. So thank you for your time. I'm gonna turn the music up and watch that outro come in. Okay.